My God, this guy's been hogging this machine for ages. Excuse me, mate, how many more sets do you have left?
Oh, another 4, mate. I've only just started.
4 sets? Why are you doing so many?
I'm trying to get wham.
You do realise that's not how muscle growth works, right?
What do you mean? I thought I had to do 4 sets of everything to build muscle.
Nah, mate, you've got it all wrong. The only thing that's going to build is a fuck ton of fatigue.
This guy really winds me up. So let's break this video down and explain why it's not great advice. Now he's right about the fatigue part, but doing anything in the gym is going to create some fatigue. But this really only becomes an issue if you're doing so much in one session that it has a knock-on impact on your following sessions. But I can guarantee that the majority of people aren't doing enough or training hard enough to worry about creating too much fatigue. The next part about doing 2 sets instead of 4 makes 0 sense. So let's say you were doing an upper-lower split, training 4 times a week, and you wanted to get in 8 sets per week of side delt work. Wouldn't it make sense to do 4 sets on one upper session and 4 sets on another upper session? And you could apply that same logic to other muscle groups. At the end of the day, it comes down to how much volume you need as an individual to grow. And that comes down to things like your experience level, how hard you train in the gym, how many days per week you can train in the gym, which muscle groups you want to prioritize, and then factors outside of the gym, like how stressful is your day-to-day life, and is your sleep absolutely crap, or is it incredible? These are things you need to think about.
So how many exercises should I do then?
3 exercises for bigger muscle groups, such as chest and back, and then 2 exercises for smaller groups, such as biceps and triceps.
And once again, making a blanket statement that makes no sense. How can you make such a bold claim that everybody needs 3 sets for bigger muscle groups and only 2 sets for smaller muscle groups? If anything, I would argue this should be the other way around, because smaller muscle groups tend to recover quicker, and so they can handle more volume per session.
So how frequently should I train each muscle?
Ideally 2 times a week, whilst allowing for adequate rest.
Oh, okay, I'll give that a go, mate, and I'll let you know how I get on.
Wow, there's one piece of decent advice at least. But again, it all depends on the individual and what their goal is. So always take content like this with a pinch of salt. It's very misleading and often controversial just to get more clicks, instead of providing actual value for people to apply to their own training. And if said coach is a pure gym PT, do yourself a favor, just scroll on.